What is up? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to do things a little bit differently. I just decided that I want to go for a spontaneous climbing session up in Little Cottonwood. I just finished eating lunch and was like, oh, let's go. So I'm just going to take you guys with me today, and before we go to Little, I'm going to head to the gym and get warmed up and maybe do a little bit of finger training, and then we're going to go climbing. Alright, so we just got to the gym. Yeah, normally for my warm-up I just do some movements to get my body going, like some arm swings, some leg swings, things like that. Then I do some light stretching on the foam roller, do some stuff with the bands. Yeah, nothing super complicated, especially since I have a lot of time today to warm up on the wall. But yeah, that's pretty much my warm up. Then I'll just do a couple maybe hard moves just to get the fingers and snappiness more engaged. Then I'll hangboard and then we'll go climbing in a little. Okay, I just finished most of my warm-up. Now I'm just going to do a couple things on the spray wall to get a little bit more seriously warmed up, just to help engage the fingers. Alright, we're about to jump on the hangboard. I'm just going to do density hangs on the 8mm crimps. So I'm going to hang on the 8mm for just 20 seconds. And I just do that 3 times, and it kind of gets me warmed up and keeps my fingers primed for grab and holds. So that's the little bit of hangboarding that I'm going to do. Alright, so we're back in the car. We're about to head up to Little Cottonwood. I think that the objective for today is to go try and do super trunk, which is this v10. I tried it the other day, but I was kind of having a really bad day of climbing. I felt pretty wrecked from some of my training the previous week. So hopefully today I can go up and finish it. But yeah, we're just gonna go check it out and see how it goes. Okay, so I've been really trying to just change my relationship with climbing, because over the last couple months, maybe years, I've felt there's just been a lot of pressure building up that I've been putting on myself just to always be getting better or to perform at a higher level and to kind of just always be at my strongest. And that's just kind of really had its toll on me, and I realized that I've started to get really angry with myself when I'm actually climbing, and I get really frustrated if I don't meet my own expectations. And I don't often show my frustration or anger externally very much, so if you're climbing with me, you might not really notice, but I know that on the inside sometimes I'm actually furious with myself at the end of the climbing day, and it's just not been a really great headspace for me to be in all the time when I'm climbing. So I've really been just trying to put a lot of energy into shifting this mindset, and I'm telling you guys this because I noticed it a lot when I was trying super trunk, and I think part of it was just that when I first went to super trunk, it was at the end of a long climbing day already, and when I got there I immediately did all the moves, and yeah, I did the crux move first go, and it felt really promising. And then when I came back, I was really struggling to actually do that move again and repeat it. And that kind of just made me get really angry with myself and really frustrated. And again, it was hard to see on the film, but that's what I was feeling on the inside. And then I just felt really upset towards myself, and kind of almost just in a demeaning way of just oh man, you're not good enough, or you're not strong enough, you need to just be better and do this boulder. And approaching the climb from that perspective was just not a really great headspace for me to be in. And then later on, after I did finally stick the crux move, I dabbed really hard on what would have been my send go, and that kind of just really pissed me off. And when I came off the climb, I was just I need to just try it right away so I can do this boulder because it's something I feel like I need to like prove to myself. But I quickly realized that that mentality was coming from a place of anger with myself and not a place of like, I really enjoy climbing and learning from this boulder. So that, yeah, realizing that I was approaching the climb from a place of anger made me just not really feel that good and kind of uncomfortable. And wow, but my main point is that I want my climbing to be something that I do out of love and enjoyment, and it be something that actually brings me happiness and not something that just brings me frustration. So I guess that's like the perspective that I'm trying to apply to my climbing a lot more, and just approach it with a more playful and fun attitude, not like a I need to just perform to prove something to someone or to myself. And part of what having this like perspective looked like, at least in the moment on Super Trunk, was realizing that I was angry and then just deciding to not try the boulder again for the rest of the day and kind of just go home and maybe come back when I would be able to be in a better headspace, so that way I could actually climb the boulder out of enjoyment and like desire and not just out of frustration with myself. That's the perspective that I'm trying to have with my climbing more these days. Maybe you guys can give me some tips in the comments. I'd really enjoy that. But yeah, I'm just trying to change my approach to climbing to be a little bit more healthy and not as like demeaning and toxic towards myself.